There's a beautiful midrash which teaches that King David would rise late at night, early in the morning, and he would compose the Psalms. And some Psalms read, Mizmor LeDavid. The Psalm, you could translate it, came to David. And at other times, LeDavid Mizmor, that David came to the Psalm. And the Midrash picks up on that and says that there were nights that David was inspired and would wake up and begin to write. But on other nights, his harp would begin to play to him, and he would be inspired by the psalm that was being brought to him from on high. And that idea helps us really approach the Selichot service, because it's the only service of the year of its kind where we gather late at night and we, in a sense, emulate King David, searching our souls and opening ourselves up to the experience of our liturgy and the beautiful nusach, the music that we bring to the day. And we sort of announce that the holidays are upon us. So in that spirit, we thought to talk about what moment of the Selichot service speaks to us as individuals. What prayer really touches our soul in a unique way?
So when I think of Selichot, I think of getting into the spirit of the high holidays, and the thing that gets me there the most is the most physical, which is the Ashamnu prayer, which means I have committed a wrong, and it's an acrostic list. It's a poem which lists in alphabetical order a whole series of different wrong actions, and with each one we beat our chest physically with the hand, as if we're taking it in to the body. And for me, as I'm going through that whole list, I clearly haven't done all of them, but I'm reminded to really reflect on who I've been and who I wish I had been, where my regrets lie and where my capacity to grow lies. And it requires of me honesty, because I'm reading this whole list and I can't run away from it any longer. I can't just pretend, and I take it onto my physical body. And it really moves me into the spirit of introspection and change, which is the whole theme of the holidays.
How does it feel that you're saying those same words with everyone else in the room?
For me, it's somewhat comforting, because it removes an element of embarrassment or shame, which are so vitriolic, which stop me or stop us, I think, from being honest. And they hide things down. But it's not me saying it. It's like all of us saying it. It's saying, in this community, there's someone who's done X, and there's someone who's done Y, and there's someone who's done Z, and none of us is innocent. And we say them all plural. We claim them all as if they were all ours, which means I'm not alone in being flawed. I'm part of a community of people who say, I haven't been great, or I could be better.
So it sort of opens you up a little bit in a way.
Definitely.
What prayer speaks to you?
So there's a particular prayer that, especially when Chazam Mizrahi and our choir sing it, that is sung with such power and fervor. And it's the prayer called Shema Kolenu, which means hear our voices. And it's this moment in the service when it's towards the end when we've said all of these slichot, these prayers of forgiveness, and we say at this point, we actually command God, Shema, hey God, listen. Listen to Kolenu, listen to our voices. And I think most of us have a time during the year when we ask, God, why? Why did this particular thing happen? This doesn't feel fair. This doesn't feel right. And so this is our moment to shout out to God, to say, please listen to us, because we want you to hear this thing that is deepest in our hearts.
I'm always struck by, don't cast us out, le'et zikna. And I wonder, is there also a call to us when we're talking about the elderly, we're talking about the infirm? Don't cast us out. Do you think it's only a call to God, or does it have to do with us as well as a community?
No, I think it absolutely is both, right? That on the one hand, we are shouting out to God, hey, we want you to hear what it is that we have to say. And also the sense of when we say, Shema Kolenu, listen to our voices, that we need to be here. What are the voices of every person in that room? Just like we have Ashamnu, Baganu, here are the sins that we have all committed. We're also saying, here are our collective voices, and God, please hear us, and that we need to listen to one another.
The prayer that speaks to me is Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King. Be merciful to us. Ki ein banu masim, because we don't have any deeds of our own. And what strikes me about it is the awesomeness of the prayer. But the prayer leads with Avinu, our Father, our parent, and then Malkeinu, then the King. And that strikes me in a very powerful way, that God is both. God is the judge, God is king, and on this day we stand before the divine throne. But God is a parent who wants what's good for us, who wants to embrace us. And it's in that dialectic that I find my spirit and my soul most open to the prayer experience, and that I don't have to tell God all the good things that I've done, because it's reminding me that God looks right into my soul. God knows my soul better than I do, and that I can do this with a sense of confidence and know that this is a God who is a merciful God, and that leads as a parent, and embraces me in a way that allows me to know that I can look to the next year with a sense of confidence. Selichot is a remarkable experience, and I hope that all who hear this message will join together and stand with King David of old in that late night and be called by the tradition, but also find the inner inspiration to be inspired by the prayers of the past so that we can compose a new tefillah, a new prayer for our future. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.